So we're going to jump into our topics, and our first topic this week comes from Craig.
Okay, so I don't know if you all know this, but the sky is falling. A program that no one uses or has always pooped on is just become a one-for-one transfer partner with everybody's favorite bank, Citi. Keeping that in mind, we love to talk about devaluations. We love the hot topic conversation points. There's a lot of devaluation fear mongering going on right now, similar to what we were doing with Alaska and the Amex transfer partnership there through Hawaiian. Just curious, how do you all think the program's actually going to be affected? And granted, I realize I'm the only AA flyer here, but we have a general sense of how those points work. We know what people are saying, but what are you predicting? Delta has been a long time one for one transfer with Amex, United with Chase, and those programs have not been completely run into the ground. Delta's got Sky Pesos. I like those Sky Pesos as well. So just thinking about that, what opportunities do you think there are for Citi to just completely crash this ecosystem? Or do you think that it's overblown and that we are just waiting for the floor to resettle itself? Because if we're being honest, the last real change to the AA program as far as point values was 2017. So is this fault or is it AA's fault for just trying to hold value? And we will start with the most anti AA person here, Lonnie, because he doesn't have an American Airlines credit card.
I got American Airlines account, and it does have miles in it because I refuse to
Really?
let them expire.
Can I get the spelling on "nya" so I can make that the title of this episode, please?
NYAH.
So I'm going to pick up in the middle of your question here when it comes to the devaluations, because I think we put too much time and effort into discussing or being afraid of devaluations. And what I mean by that is they're inevitable. They're always going to happen. There's always one happening again. The airlines do it, the hotels do it, and everyone's always slightly booty hurt. Like, oh, they just devalued these points. Look, inflation is a devaluation. Your points and miles are a devaluation. It's either happening or it's about to happen. It's never just happened. It's always happening in some way, shape, or form. Being slightly facetious there, but you get what I'm saying. I think we put too much emphasis around it, to be completely honest, where to the point where I will actually say that you just gotta eat it. Look at it like the stock market. Oh man, X stock went up like 50 points yesterday. Yep, you missed it. So if you didn't book before your points got devalued, guess what? You missed it. We don't know when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen unless you work for the company that's making the decisions. And I can't tell you how many times it happened with United. And guess what? Still flying United, still booking them, still got miles in the bank, still got to burn them. And I'm still getting on those flights to get me from point A to point B and back to point A again. That's just how it's going to be. So when I see this whole Citi landing AA, yes, I agree. That's huge. That's big. The big three now have a direct partner from the big three credit card companies. That we should have expected it, but at the same time, yeah, that's pretty big. Now, will it get devalued or nerfed in any way? Yep. How? I don't know. Is it going to happen? Yep. Citi's going to devalue AA. Delta is going to get devalued again in some way. United's going to get devalued again in some way. Your hotel, your preferred hotel, your Marriott's, your Hilton, it's all going to get devalued in some way. So there's nothing I can really say that's going to help you other than be prepared, really, or when it happens and go on with your day. Go touch some grass, take a deep breath, turn on the Calm app, free for the rest of 2025, Matt, because we got CSR. And
I don't use that app every day.
No, I don't use it every day, but I'm signed into it. I got my free. I have used it once or twice. It's actually pretty good. This is not sponsored by Calm whatsoever. It's actually pretty relaxing. But anyway, there's a lot of good
We
stuff
would
in
take
there.
the sponsorship though.
I would take it because these devaluations are coming. I need to make the difference up somewhere. So happily we'll accept sponsorships. Hit us in our email. But I forgot, you caught me off guard a little bit. But anyway, I say all of that is just be prepared. It is what it is, but just go on with your day. And so congrats to Citi, congrats to AA, but at the same time, don't put too much weight into it, because if you're like, I'm afraid of it's going to be devalued, well, guess what? Spoiler alert, eventually it's going to get devalued. I'm going to stop there.
Awesome. As always, I appreciate you, Zen Master. Truly our Phil Jackson, and I appreciate it. We will now go to the second most un-AA person here, Matt Clausen.
Just for the record, I too have an AA account, and I had the Aviator application up for a couple minutes. Anyway, I'm not getting it.
How many miles you got in that account?
Nothing. You know what I signed up for that account for? I signed up for that account for 100 points from Built. That's what I signed up for my AA account for, because I realized that AA does not work for me. Still 100 miles. Yeah. So Citi landing AA is huge. Yes. The 37-year situationship becomes a marriage in terms of transfer partners. Cool. AA hasn't done a major change to the program or devaluation to the program since 2017. Yes, the clock is ticking. I think they've artificially kept this up for as long as they can. I think two things can be true at the same time. Inflation can drive this, and AA now has a way in which they can get away with this by saying too many miles have come into the program. It just so happened to be right after we became transfer partners with Citi. Both of those things can come together for a no notice devaluation overnight. My problem isn't that valuations happen. They are inevitable. As Lonnie said, Hilton, Marriott, I prefer, Hyatt, pick your jam, whatever transfer partner it is, a devaluation will happen at some point. Your points that were worth, half a cent per point on Monday could be worth a third of a cent per point on Thursday, right? That's just the nature of the game. And the devaluations will come quick. The devaluations will be silent. The devaluations will happen until morale improves, which it won't. Devaluation is going to happen, obviously, but that's just a fact of life. I'm not trying to fearmonger with it, but when AA devalues, all this love that Citi's getting is going to evaporate very quickly. Now, is that Citi's fault? No, not necessarily. Is that AA's fault? More than likely. But when you do these mega transfers, like there are people who are sitting on millions of Citi points who've just been sitting there speculating and grabbing as many points as they can, waiting for the day that this happens. And again, buying the points costs Citi money. So, because they have to buy the points from AA in bulk. Is AA going to immediately devalue? No. Will AA devalue in time? Yes. Am I trying to say that the sky is falling? No. Is this good for Citi that they finally have a transfer partner that people are willing to talk about? Yes. Is it going to be a long time that they're going to talk about it? Probably not. If they at least have in their contract that AA won't devalue for a year, that's going to be a year of people getting good value out of AA. And another year in the timeline where AA could have devalued at any point but chose not to, which, whatever. Keep in mind that Citi does have stricter approvals than Chase and American Express for Delta and United. And those two programs have stayed one-to-one for years. Although Amex, caveat, you do have to pay the domestic transfer fee
Taxes, yeah.
on that, whereas Chase, it's just straight to one. But they do allow for more points very rapidly than Citi does. Citi is not introducing a business card anytime soon, it seems. We thought that there would be a business card, and business cards become a little wacky in terms of how many points you can develop in a short amount of time, depending on how many cards you can spin up in any amount of time. Chase and Amex are a little bit more giving in those aspects because, well, first, they have business cards that give their points, and second, they have their varying degrees of however they operate with those points. Is sky is falling? No. Am I just trying to temper your expectation? Like, you're going to get great value now. Don't expect that great value 1 or 2 years from now. When I'm doing Citi videos and I'm mentioning AA in Citi videos, this is great for now. But in the grander scheme of things, when I do videos regardless of the transfer partner and talking about airlines and hotels and whatever, the deals are great for now. The deals in 2025 will not be the deals that you're going to find in 2027. They're not going to be the deals that you find in 2029. Like, those deals will be far worse compared to now, but they will be the deals for then. And the deals that you got in 2017 with American Airlines are not the deals that you're getting in 2025 with American Airlines. The deals then were for then. So, like, conceptually, there's always going to be devaluation. It's just going to be the question of how quickly do they devalue, how badly do they devalue, and how much is it going to affect your ability to do the thing you want to do with your American Airlines points. If it's going to overnight double Q suites, like, ouch. If it's going to overnight triple British Airways first class, ouch. I feel your pain. But until that happens, make hay while the sun shines. Just know that the sun is going to be setting at some point. That's all.
No, absolutely. And I hope that after 37 years, that Citi treats AA better than you and Lonnie have treated me, because in case no one out there knows, Lonnie and Matt did not wish me a happy anniversary for being members of their channel. And I'm hurt. It's okay though.
Appreciate your patronage. I
Hold on. Wait a sec. Hold up. I'm about to pull it up right here.
Lonnie's going to
Hold
get
on.
receipts in real
Yeah.
I got receipts.
I don't,
Um,
Craig. I'm sorry.
You are at 10 months.
Oh, okay. I forgot my own anniversary, y'all. That's on me.
Yeah,
I
your
hope you
card is
treat your wife better than you treat Lonnie's anniversary.
That's
right.
where I was going with that.
Your card
I'm
is still
so
gold. You have not hit platinum member status yet.
I was feeling so strongly about how much I love Lonnie's videos that I just assumed it had already been a year. Time flies. With that said, we are going to
Over
go
here
to,
with Lane. You're 10 months.
well, you know what?
You're 10
United's the
great
only
months, by the way. I really do
appreciate
appreciate
Oh,
it.
I do appreciate it. It's just, I'm really bad at the
um,
shout outs of the membership.
it's also funny because United's the only one that hasn't had a plane crash in the last year. That's fun. That's a low bar,
AA's
people.
AA's wasn't their fault.
Any plane crash is your fault. I'm just gonna say that.
All right. Anyway,
Now to the most AA positive person that we've known on this channel, the person that has been the biggest, greatest supporter of American Airlines, their high quality metal products, wonderful customer service. RJ, what are you thinking?
I do have an AA card at the moment, so I am, by definition, the most positive of the three that are not you. Matt and Lonnie were giving their answers. I did a bit of research, and I picked New York City, because there are many airports in the New York metropolitan area, and I picked three random places in the US. I am not talking about international. I don't care about international, so I am not your person to international look up. Some Delta were cheaper on points. Some United was cheaper on points. Some American was cheaper on points. Sometimes there was one AA flight that you could get that was super, super cheap, and everything else was 100,000 miles. Some Delta, there are like 17 options that were all 50,000 miles. Some United, same thing. So, like, I get it. You are very excited about that flight at 4 a.m. that you found that's 12,000 miles. I get that. But do you actually take that flight, or do you just like wrap your arms around the concept of that flight and make out with it like it's a pillow and you're in middle school? Like, I'm asking guys legitimately because people like to. That's
That was some aggressive pillow loving.
that was staying in the edit. That's
That
what that
was
was.
it was staying on a
But
tree for dear life.
I
Those
see
pillow
that.
chase the edit is what she's talking about.
Anyway, people like the concept of really cheap flights. But if you don't really ever take those really cheap flights because they're at inconvenient times, or there's only one of them, or you actually don't travel that much, you just talk about the 14 trillion Citi points or AA miles you have, it doesn't matter. And I think that's what people constantly forget. It doesn't matter. I will spend 50,000 Delta miles for a first class flight basically anywhere that I want to go regularly. I think I just paid 40,000 to go to DC over Labor Day. Guess what? I lost zero sleep on that 40,000 miles. If it was 15, would that be cool? Sure. I knew it wasn't going to. I did not care. You know what I mean? Like, people get so bent out of shape about, but they have 15,000-mile flights. Okay. How many have you taken in the last 12 months? Quickly. Like, that is my answer to these people. Okay, Lonnie, you are special. I'm gonna put you over in the corner, sir. Not the bad corner, like the VIP Lonnie corner.
With the refreshments and the
Yes,
lemonade,
there's lemonade, there's tea,
Soft
An actual
cookies.
good
soft
salad.
cookies, there's
yeah,
good salad bar. It's the good corner. I'm gonna just set you over there for a minute.
with the Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, but most people who are complaining about devaluations don't actually use the thing that they're complaining about being devalued. They like the idea that in 15 years, I will take a first class flight just around the world on whatever. But they don't do it. So you've already devalued your own system by not actually taking the trip. Look, I just spent 240,000 Delta miles because I am flying my parents to Hawaii because I am winning Child of the Year. Did it hurt that my account balance is now like 800 miles? Bet. But like those, as Spathco liked to point out in the chat, those miles had zero value until I used them. If you're sitting on 2 million thank you points, 2 million AI miles, 2 million whatever, it's not doing anything. Unless they're in a way that you can cash out and get that money and then, oh boy, wait until that tax form comes for you. Like, they're not going to help you. Get the value. If it goes up, that's just the game. AA probably kind of wants things to go up a little bit, but this is the cover for them to do it. So, like, anybody being mad at Citi and thinking AA is this perfect little angel that did nothing wrong ever, your dad is not Henry Winkler. This is not Parks and Rec. You are not that special. Just take a breath.
No, thank you for that. And I think that's the point that I was looking for. We have a lot of people in our broader credit card community, and I won't call out any specific locations or anything of that, but people that just hold on and hoard miles and think that is some sort of badge of honor. The entire point of this game is to save you money by using those points and miles and having fun experiences, right? I love AA because it works for me because of work, and it has just been my great little ability to substitute personal travel. But, now that I don't travel nearly as much for work, I don't have the ability to sustain a 700 to a million point AA balance, right? And so the likelihood that I'm going to continue to use these points or to build up AA miles in that reference, doesn't matter to me. And when we're talking about these devaluations, will they hit hard? Probably. Will it matter because we'll still have other ways to travel? No. And that's the wonderful thing about points and miles. Four people in here have the ability to use other airlines, and we can look at other places and locations to say, hey, it's cheaper if I just pay cash here or if I use these points to go there. And I think, again, this goes back to pick your partners and pick what works for you. And if AA works for you, great. But if AA doesn't actually work and you just like the idea of being able to transfer Citi points from 35 custom caches, I just don't know if you're doing it right here, people. So I will say thank you to you all for indulging me here. I appreciate it. Oddly enough, RJ is the most positive on AA right now because I am looking for to be rehoused. I am a programless traveler right now. And so Delta, United, if anybody wants to reach out, Allegiant, Sun Country, I'm also here for that. For sponsorships, if you want to get me back and forth, those flights are completely free and you give me black Uber car service from my home to the airport. I might work with you. So
You are
there
You
you
have the
go.
asking for a
Louis
lot.
bag all packed and ready.
I'll have my $2,700 Louis bag ready to go for my Allegiant flight.
Real quick, Craig, how many people do you think actually use AA miles to fly AA as opposed to booking Qatar or booking Qantas or booking JAL or booking any of their One World partners?
Oh, that's minimal. Because here's the other thing, and RJ pointed this out. Do you know how expensive an AA first class flight is? Y'all, I don't book first class with my miles. I book economy, and then my status is just high enough that I know I'm coming out of Indianapolis or Philadelphia or even O'Hare for the most part, I'm going to get an upgrade. Unless they quite literally sell every single one of those first class seats, I'm getting that upgrade. I'm not spending 100,000 points or $100,000 for a first class flight from Indianapolis to Philadelphia on a ERJ 170? No.
Just wanted to raise that little point there. That's all. Because that's where the devaluations are going to hurt. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
yeah, book your Q suites for 600,000 AA miles. Then tell me how many points with Citi you got. 600,000 fewer, I'll tell you that much.